Straight out of Crawley and onto the telly. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Romesh Ranganathan moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the most entertaining and memorable moments across Romesh's TV appearances that will always have us cracking up. Number 10. The Royal Variety Performance. The Royal Variety Performance 2015. Introducing yourself as a former Prince Harry lookalike, even as a joke at the Royal Variety Performance, is certainly a bold choice.
The truth is, I love my wife. I do love her very much. She deserves better than me, but I cannot be bothered to provide it.
But in the few minutes he has the stage, he really packs in the laughs. Whether he's talking about his relationship with his wife, teaching his son to read, or addressing the British education system, there's something in there for everyone.
She did two dinners. She did a traditional turkey dinner and she did a curry. And she said, just sit near the one you want.
A particular highlight is when he describes a rather unusual big family Christmas with the in-laws at his mum's.
Oh, no, Whitey. You're going to have a horrible Boxing Day if you eat that. Too spicy for you.
Romesh is clearly a devoted family man, even if his family are usually the butts of his jokes.
Like, I'll say to my wife I want to help her achieve her dreams, hopes and aspirations, but it would be a lot more convenient to me if she didn't have any.
Number 9. British Problems. The Late Late Show with James Corden. What could be more British than airing out your gripes online rather than confronting them head on? In this Late Late Show segment, Romesh is tasked with addressing some of these problems and offering up creative solutions.
And then eventually what you're going to have to do is take sort of serious action, forget something, come back in. If they say that was quick, leave forever.
His advice is very welcome as he tackles those issues us Brits only know too well, including pesky teens on public transport and unfunny friends.
It's one of the worst dishes. So actually, the issue isn't calling it chips and fish. The issue is not calling it shit and shit.
While we're sure his opinions on fish and chips will go down about as well as a teenager blasting music on the bus, his thoughts on the British soap opera Hollyoaks will win most of us over in a heartbeat.
And then you have to spend 30 to 45 minutes just scrubbing your eyes because Hollyoaks is one of the worst abominations of modern civilization.
Number 8. Christmas Time. Live at the Apollo.
I do like Christmas. I like to play the race card at Christmas. What's good about it is that you can make anyone feel racist at Christmas. It's a really nice little tradition I like to do.
What's your favourite thing about Christmas? For Romesh, the festive period is all about seeing just how uncomfortable he can make his neighbours.
If somebody comes up to you and says, Merry Christmas, you go, why would you assume that I celebrate Christmas? Right? And if they come up to you and go, Merry Christmas, oh no, do you celebrate? You go, why would you assume that I don't celebrate Christmas?
If you're thinking of wishing him a Merry Christmas, you may want to think again, although you won't get away scathe-free either. Here, Romesh informs the audience that he enjoys using the race card to make people feel uncomfortable around Christmas.
To knock on a neighbour's door and go, here's your Christmas card, notice you didn't get me one for Diwali, see you later.
Whether or not you choose to share some festive cheer with him, you are likely to walk away feeling awkward and a little bit racist. And if you think you'll see Santa at the Ranganathans, think again.
Well, I can't pretend to be Santa. It's because of the lazy eye.
Number 7. Vegan Life. Various.
I'm a vegan. Are there any vegans in? One of you? The rest of you enjoy life.
The vegan lifestyle tends to polarize people quite a lot, but with Romesh on the case, we could find a world where vegans and non-vegans can live together side by side.
Can't believe that anyone would want to eat food with animals in it when there's wonderful food like this that doesn't have animals in it. I said to my mate, aren't these onion bhajis amazing? He said, yes, mate. Yes, they are. But they're lamb pakoras.
He jokes about the struggles of being vegan both in terms of the foods he's had to give up and the way that vegans are often perceived.
I keep finding out, though, about stuff that I can't eat as a vegan. Like, for example, you know, you can't have honey as a vegan. Did you know that? Can't have honey. Do you know why? Bee slavery.
On a trip to QI, he's offered a toast sandwich, and even Romesh looks disappointed with the snack at first, but it soon grows on him. We have to give props to Sandy, who says what we're all thinking as he happily tucks in.
Honestly, I think it might be the best thing I've ever eaten.
Well, you're a vegan, so I'm not surprised.
Number 6, getting grilled by his mum. Alan Carr, Chatty Man.
But no offence, the real star of the show is your mum and it's Shanty.
Off, mate.
Step aside, Romesh. It's a new star in town. Shanti Ranganathan has been entertaining audiences alongside her son, so it was only a matter of time before she pushed him out of her spotlight. We're not convinced when Romesh says he's happy for her success, but she's certainly a welcome guest as far as we're concerned.
I'm not that worried.
Yeah.
I'm
worried.
Why?
You're leaving your wife alone.
Yeah, well, she's probably got a boyfriend. I'm away for...
It's hilarious to see how stunned he is when he gets a grilling from his mum on the chat show, and he's left speechless, much to our amusement.
Are you going to lose some weight?
Eventually, Romesh is even shut out of the conversation as the Chatty Man and Chatty Mum hit it off.
So he's got a bad attitude.
It is
a bad attitude.
It is,
Really bad attitude.
Number 5, learning how to fight a polar bear. The Christmas misadventures of Romesh Ranganathan, the Arctic. This Christmas special sees Romesh heading to locations still largely untouched by the tourist population.
Johnny's going to be the bear, is he?
Yep.
And does a polar bear normally grab its junk like that?
Once in a while.
During his time in the Arctic, he gets the lowdown on surviving a bear attack. But unless he can ward off the animal with his deadpan humour, we are as convinced as he is about his chances.
Believe it or not, my dad killed a polar bear with a 20.
Did he? Did he stick it up his arse?
It's funny how the fear of a bear attack can make a person pro-gun, but even his hopes of at least being armed are quickly dashed. Luckily, Romesh has an alternative solution for how he can be of aid to the group in the case of a bear attack.
If a polar bear runs towards us, it's almost certain that I'll be at the back. And in that way, I will save your life by providing an initial chocolate starter for that polar bear.
Number 4, martial arts training. Asian Provocateur.
I'm vegetarian too.
Really?
Yeah.
Vegetarian. It's fat bunny.
If we've gathered anything from that previous clip, it's that Romesh is absolutely hopeless when it comes to self-defense. So his mother had the bright idea of sending him to a Sri Lankan martial arts camp to learn Angampora.
Come on. No. Come on. Last 3. Up.
You keep increasing the number.
8.
The results are about what you'd expect.
Oh my...
Romesh is a fish out of water here, but he tries his damnedest to follow the drills. Hopefully he came out of it with some valuable life lessons. Unlikely though.
It didn't look good, did it?
Number 3, the maths book joke. Mock the week.
I was a maths teacher, I wasn't a very good one, but as I found out, it doesn't actually matter.
Fans of Romesh Ranganathan will know that in a previous life, this comedian was a maths teacher. So who better to take on the topic of education in this segment?
Talking to sixth form girls about what they're wearing. Something I felt a lot less comfortable about. But what I actually found was if I just looked at them for long enough, they soon covered themselves up.
There's a lot to cover from Ofsted to school uniforms, but his jokes about your average maths textbook is surely a highlight. In an attempt to show diversity, textbooks include multicultural characters, but to Romesh, this is nothing more than a great source of comedy gold.
I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have wanted to hang out with a kid of another colour. If every time I met up with him, he wanted to do bloody maths.
He also shows the flip side to having a diverse range of kids doing maths questions and a rather original response to show you're working.
A kid would put his hand up and he'd say, I think Dilip's correct. And I'd say, why? And he'd say, oh, because Asian kids are bods, aren't they?
Number 2, Tree Wizard, Taskmaster.
So I'm going to do something backward.
If you were tasked with doing something that looks impressive in reverse, what would you do? It takes a special mind to come up with the completely unexpected and totally bizarre Tree Wizard, not that we can really complain.
Tree Wizard! Hands together, he creates a balloon.
The Tree Wizard has a magical ability to recreate balloons, which he checks thoroughly before flying up into a tree. It's hilarious to watch, but the accompanying song just makes us laugh harder.
Tree Wizard! wizard flies up to his tree and waves goodbye to you. Tree wizard, tree wizard.
Needless to say, back in the studio, everyone is left at a loss for words, except Greg Davies, who simply cracks up. Not that we can blame him.
You know how long it took me to find that song?
Number 1, Mum vs. Wife, Judge Romesh.
I mean, first thing we should establish before we get into the case, you are here in this country legally.
Playing judge was all fun and games until Romesh's wife, Lisa, brought his mother to court. Lisa is fed up of Shanti turning up with home-cooked meals after she's lovingly cooked a vegan meal for her husband. It soon becomes clear that the wrong Ranganathan is on the stand when his mum reveals the source of the problem.
Do you see how Lisa might be upset about the situation?
You asked me to cook the food.
Romesh is at a total loss for words as his mum tells the jury that Romesh asks her to cook him spicy foods. And there's only one thing he can do, and that's slink down in his chair and disappear from sight.
Some food for me.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.